Hello, everyone. So my name is Paddy, thanks for the introduction. And today I'm going to talk about Kardiolabs AI and how we are trying to redefine cardiovascular diagnosis with artificial intelligence. So most of you have heard about a lot of AI advancements in image processing. Some of them comes in the form of like face recognition softwares that you see in Apple, or autonomous cars that research is going on, and a lot of social media image processing as well. So what we are trying to do here at Kardiolabs AI is to build this solution where you can diagnose cardiovascular diseases with artificial intelligence. So cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death worldwide. So if you see the image, the chart there, cardiovascular disease contributes 32% to the overall death. And this was taken from 2016 report. But after that, COVID happened, but still the situation is still the same. Cardiovascular disease is still the leading cause of death. And coronary artery disease is the commonest cause of CVD in general. So generally what happens is when you have coronary artery disease or you have suspect coronary artery disease, you basically perform CT coronary angiogram. And 60 to 70% of these invasive tests have no significant blockage. And generally we advise fractional flow reserves as a gold standard for these kind of treatments. We have seen in research that we did, basically 30% of the stent is unnecessary, and if FFR is used in those cases. And virtual FFR is being used at a lot of places, especially in North America, but it's still not that much common in places like Asia Pacific and Africa. So a lot of these numbers that we came across, we have added the details there. So manually analyzing CTs and coronary angiogram is time consuming for a clinician, especially if you have a scan which is normal. Human errors can also lead to suboptimal patient care and decisions. And there has been we have seen major challenges in non-invasive and invasive-based FFR calculations. That's why the market needs a solution which is automated, has a faster diagnosis, reduce costs, and results in faster decision-making to improve patient care and save lives. We at Kardiolabs AI, we are trying to make this a success. So what we are trying to do is like we have 4 products in general. The 2 of the products we are currently working on, and 2 are in future plan. So the first solution that we have is Classifier, which is an AI-based stenosis detection tool. So what we try to do here is we take the CT scans and we try to diagnose if there is stenosis, and if there is stenosis, how much is the degree of stenosis there. Another solution that we have is Calcium, which is an AI-based calcium scan. So what we are trying to do is using AI to automatically detect how much is the calcium in your arteries and what is the degree of calcium. This solution, we have also extended it to non-contrast CT, to lung CT, chest CT as well. So what we are trying to do is like if you have a chest CT, then if there is a blockage there, we can easily detect it even for on chest CTs. The third one is the plaque solution, which is an AI-based plaque analysis, and the last one is Quantifier, which is our AI-based virtual FFR. So we are trying to build these solutions. Currently, the focus has been mostly on Classifier and Quantifier. So Classifier is the automated and faster diagnosis solution for stenosis, and the Quantifier is the cheaper and faster alternative to virtual FFR assessment. So if you look at the current markets in market, 60 million CT scans are done per year, and there has been a year-over-year increase of around 6%. There has been blockage detection, CTC, and coronary angiograms are the main line of tests. And 5.6 as 70% of these scans are normal. So if you compare 70% from the 60 million that we have and the amount of we pay for each scan, we can say that around 5.6 billion of efficiency saving we can have in that domain. And around 1 billion fractional flow reserves tests are done, and that has been increasing quite vast, especially in US and Europe, where there is 50% of usage of fractional flow reserve, and in Asia Pacific, it is still something that hasn't been touched, or it is a very limited usage. So what we are trying to build is an automated solution. That is, we have 3 target markets for this: licensed product to cardiac hospitals, licensed product to CT diagnostic centers, and embed our solution in CT manufacturers. So this is our business model. So basically, we have So what we are trying to build is a cardio suite, which kind of detects all these different cardiovascular diseases, like calcium classifier and quantifier. It's a pay-per-use model. We are still developing the solutions to make it as best as possible. And so this is the heart of our solution. It's called CardioNet, which is an AI-based model. So it's an AI-based cardiac CT deep learning model, which is based on, which uses neural networks. So basically, the idea here is that we take a lot of data as an input. So we have trained our models using data taken from different geographical locations, just to make sure that we are not targeting at a particular location. So we have data from North America, we have data from Asia Pacific, and also Europe. So what we are trying to build is take this data, train the model. So for training the model, we have our in-house solution called CardioNet, which we built internally. So the idea behind that is we use something called deep learning and segmentation, deep learning segmentation. So we take the scans, we kind of segment the arteries out of it, and then we apply machine learning algorithms to detect how much is stenosis in the heart. And if there is a stenosis, which category of stenosis it is, and how much is the stenosis value, as well as which artery does this stenosis lies, and what part of artery does this lies. So we were able to achieve this in under 2 minutes, as compared to the average that we did for our 38 minutes, which we have provided the link as well. And 70% of these scans are normal, so it basically is under 2 minutes we can diagnose and say that the scan is actually normal. So our results have been published in many of the leading cardiovascular conferences and journals. So we have got a very high degree of agreement between Ground Truth and CardioNet, so around 95%. We have published our results in Journal of American College of Cardiology and TCT Connect. Our accuracy is around 87.2% in terms of diagnosis of cardiovascular diseases. If you look at our Pearson coefficient, these are some of the statistical ways that we try to detect, measure our performance of the model. So this is a little bit more detailed slide on basically how the solution works for calcium. And what we are trying to do here is a coronary artery calcium. So again, we take a non-contrast CT scan. We apply an in-house built deep learning neural network. This basically takes these scans and detects where the calcium is, how much is the calcium. So it was a challenging problem to detect calcium, especially because there is a lot of noise when it comes to identifying very small lesions or small calcium. So we trained our model as detailed as much as possible, and we have been able to achieve a very high accuracy and specificity and sensitivity on calcium as well. There are multiple challenges that we faced in terms of developing these models. Some of them were there was a lot of exposure sometimes in the scan, so how do we try to detect those exposures and how to not give a wrong reading in that aspect. Also, there were a lot of noises, sometimes very small amount of calcium. Should we count that or should we discard it? So that was one of the big challenges that we had. And then we are using convolution neural network. The basic of it is the CardioNet that I previously discussed. Our results have shown 97% level of confidence. So this is the results for calcium score. So if you see here, we have 97% of level of confidence. Bell-Bent plot shows a kappa of around 0.846, which is around 95% CI will be 0.726 to 0.965. So why Kardiolabs? Because it is designed by a user. So we have our co-founder as a cardiologist. It's a one-stop solution, so no image recon, no manual reporting. Our solution is both, the market needs a solution which is non-invasive and affordable, and our solution is currently stands in that category. We do have a FFR-based solution which we are currently working on, but is still under development. This is the team of Kardiolabs AI. So we have Samir Rathod, he's our chief CEO, and I am Paddy. I'm basically University of Waterloo student, and I'm the CTO of the company. And we have Sudhir Rathod, he's an interventional cardiologist in UK. The rest of the team is basically very diverse and very experienced as well. So we have Ali, who's a deep learning expert, and he has done PhD from UPenn. We have Mia and other folks as well. So in terms of the timeline, our solution, we are part of Health Incubator Hub, which is H2I, which is one of the health innovation incubator, and it really helped us grow the startup. And then from there, we have worked with multiple hospitals in North America and Asia Pacific in terms of taking the solution, getting the data, and doing some multi-region validation studies. Our results has also been published in conferences, like as I mentioned earlier. We are looking for a quarter four or early next year a regulatory submission for Health Canada and North America FDA. And so yeah, so basically you can see like we are under NVIDIA. We are part of the NVIDIA incubator, which is NVIDIA Inception program, which is mostly for deep learning companies. And we also participated in ECHO and we have our abstract submitted to TCT Connect, one of the cardiology conferences. So currently we are working on these different solutions, are mostly related to deep learning and cardiology, and basically image processing as our core. So that's about the technology. But I would say, like, we're building these solutions, I feel like technology is advancing at a very fast rate, and there has been a lot of development in technology, but there is still a gap when it comes to AI and healthcare. Like, other fields have advanced at a much faster rate as compared to healthcare, and I think as a society, we have to take that step forward to advance and work together in making this vision a success and bringing more technology advancements in healthcare as well. Thank you, everyone.